Alright, so today I'm going to be explaining how to get into Zapier and set up an automated email response system to a Google Form submission. So first you're just going to open up your browser and you're just going to search up Zapier login and click on the first one here. If you don't already have a Zapier account, you're going to have to create one. If you do have a Zapier account though already, you can just log in. So that's just what I'm going to go ahead and do here. So if you're new to Zapier, you got this toolbar on the side. Kind of just brings you through the different tables and whatnot, which you can see are also along here. So right now we're in the home. If you go to Discover, this just shows you a bunch of different zaps and workflow systems that you can create that are already pre-made and whatnot. And as you can see, you can select different options for what you want them to do as well. So if we go back to home, what we're going to do is we're going to go in the search bar here, and you can just type in anything you want here. It doesn't have to be super to the T. It can kind of be like a normal conversation with a friend or whatnot. So I'm just going to say I want to automate email responses to Google Form submissions. And it's just going to take a few seconds to sift through and find what we're looking for. And boom, there it is. That's what we're looking for. Automate email response to Google Form submission. You can see Google Form, email. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and hit try it. And it's got it all set up already for us. This is an AI chatbot called Copilot. If you have any questions, you can ask that and it'll help you out along the way. So you're going to start in this setup here for the Google Forms. So app, Google Forms, obviously you can change it if you want to do other things, but right now we're going to focus on the Google Form. The trigger of the event will be a new form response, and you're just going to select, like it's already pre-selected, the account that it's pulling it from. So if you go to configure here, and you're going to select your form, so it's already smart enough to know that I have Google Forms created in that account from the previous email I just showed you in the setup section. So what I'm going to go and do is select the Google Form that I want it to use. Just going to hit continue. And I'm just going to test the trigger just to make sure it works. We got the green check mark. Everything's all good, so we can move on to the next step. Now, moving on to the email app, Gmail, obviously. You can use other apps if you want, but for now we're going to stick with this. And for the action event, we want it to send an email. And the account, this is the account that the email is going to come from. So you can have it different from the account that the Google form is being pulled from. That's just how it is in my case, but it can be the same as well. So you're just going to hit continue once you got that figured out. Now moving on to configure. So the to field here is who the email is actually going to be sent to. So what we're going to do is click on it and select the /, which does field mapping. And these pull up our questions, data, and whatnot from the Google Forms. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to find the respondent email here. So that's the email that it's going to respond to. Send message to Google Contacts, select false, don't have to worry about that. CC, BCC, don't need to worry about that too. From, make sure that's the correct email that you listed previously that you want it to come from. Subject, you can change that if you want. I'm just going to leave it now as that, but you can customize it to whatever you're doing. Body type, leave it as plain, and you can see it's already kind of got a response here for me, but we're just gonna write one. So just gonna say thank you, and we're gonna hit / for field mapping because we want to use the person's name. So I'm just gonna go down and select the person's name. There we go, first and last name. So thank you. They'll use their name for requesting. Whoops, let me get to spell here. Requesting, and then we can do / again for field mapping, and I'm gonna bring up the service that they wanted. Thank you for requesting lawn mowing weekly. Oops. Let me bring that back, sorry. Our team has received your submission. Received your submission and will get back to you within 24 hours. Boom. So that's going to be the email that is responded, and it's going to autofill the person's name and the service they selected. So we can just go ahead and hit continue, and we're going to hit test the step, and boom, green check mark. We're all good to go. And it's as simple as that. So now we can just hit publish. And so you can hit go to my zaps or transfer existing data. If you transfer existing data, it's going to send these automated email responses for all the previous Google Forms that have been filled out. I don't want that in my case, so I'm just going to hit go to zaps. And there you go. It's that easy. You set up an automated email response, and you can see we're in the Zap tab here, and you can see all my previous Zaps and whatnot. And yeah, it's as easy as that. So now to implement the AI automation or AI aspect into the automated email responses, you're going to hover over the name, click on it. You're going to go to the top right here, edit Zap. What I want you to do is this little plus in this middle of the two steps here. You're going to hit add, and you're going to go formatter, and then we're going to hit add step again, and we're going to do AI by ZAPIER Pro. So what this formatter is going to do is it's going to help us format portions of the email that we want to. It's very simple, very straightforward. We're just going to use it for the person's name, because instead of using their full name, first and last name, for the email, I just want it to use the first name, as it's a little bit more friendly. It's not as strict or professional as the full name. So you're going to go ahead and click on Formatter by Zapier. I'm going to choose Event, and you want to go down to Text. I'm going to hit Continue, and we're going to go to Configure here. So under the Transform, you're going to choose a value, and you can scroll down or you can search it up, but we're going to select Split Text. And our input value, we're going to do field mapping again, so /, and you can pull this from your Google form. So what I'm going to do is, what is your first and last name? If you go down to separator, and you can click on some of these as well, and it'll tell you what to do. And if you're not 100% sure, you can ask Copilot as well. So it says that by default, it separates them by space. So there's going to be a space between the first and the last name, so we don't have to worry about that. It's going to take the first name. So we can just go ahead and click continue. And again, this is just data in. We don't need to worry about that. We can just hit test step. Boom, green check mark. We're all good to go. We're going to hit continue. Now we're moving on to the AI by Zapier here. So just leave it as it is. We want it to analyze and return data. So we're going to hit initiate prompt, which brings us to the configure step. So what you can do in this text box here is you're going to describe the desired action. So I'm going to say to the chatbot, you are a friendly and and professional chat bot who is responding to Google form submissions with an email. I want you to use the person's name, requested service, and knowledge that we will get back to them within 24 hours. Okay, and I'm going to scroll down a little bit and hit generate prompt. Sometimes I do add to a specific length as well, like 2 to 3 sentences. So I'm actually going to go back and change that and just say keep it to 2 to 3 sentences long max. And I'm just going to hit generate prompt again. That way it just keeps the email short and concise. And it doesn't drag on and get too long. So I'm just going to wait for it to generate it. So there we go. Regenerated the prompt so you can see what it's been tasked with or what are some of the rules. So address the customer by name, acknowledge their specific service request, assure them that we will get back to them within 24 hours, and keep the response 2 to 3 sentences long. So if you can see here in the given the following information, the customer name and the requested service, now there's an exclamation mark and they're highlighted in a yellow box. If you scroll down here, you can see input fields, which are going to be the exact same as these up here. So you're just going to fill in these input fields. So to do this, we're going to hit / again for field mapping. And we're looking for the customer name. So this time you're actually going to go to text formatter by ZAPIER. And you're going to select the output. And this is just going to use a person's first name, like how we selected in the previous step. And then we can go to the requested service and / for field mapping again. Go to the Google form, and I'm just going to select their requested service. Output fields, you don't really have to worry about that. I'm just going to change it to email response. And yeah. So if you look at the top here too, it says you are a master of customer service communication and you are asked to craft a brief, friendly, and professional email response to a Google form submission. So that's kind of what it's been tasked with. And then it gives you a little sample email down here. So output. So hello, John Doe. Thank you for your interest in our website design service. We've received your request and we'll get back to you with more information within the next 24 hours. Perfect. And don't worry, that's just an example. It's not going to be customized specifically to your business. And after you hit continue, you get to the test here, and we're just going to hit test step again. Just going to wait for it to load. Boom. Green check mark. We're all good to go. We're going to hit continue. It's going to bring you back to the email again, so I just want you to hit continue until you get to configure, or you can just select it by hand. And you're going to scroll down to your text, and this body of text that you worked so hard on, we're going to delete it. And what you're going to do is you're going to hit / again for field referencing. And the reason we're deleting it is because we're going to use the AI chatbot, which creates a more personalized response to the email or to the respondent itself, versus using the predetermined Google form automation, just because the AI chatbot can personalize it and make it a little bit more customized to the specific individual. So you're going to hit / and you're going to select analyze and return data by AI ZAPIER, and you're going to select the email response here, or in your case, if you didn't change what it was called, you're just going to select output. So you can see it's right there. It's as simple as that. You're just going to hit continue, and we're going to retest this step again just to make sure it works. And boom, green check mark. We're all good. You can hit publish. You can say AI response automation. You're going to call it V2 and publish. And boom, Zap has been updated. We have the new workflow. And you can see right here, Google Form, Formatter, AI by Zapier, and Gmail. So if you go back to your home here, and you go to your Zaps, you can see that it's been updated. And this is what we just created, an automated AI email response to Google Form submissions. So if you found this video helpful, you can like or subscribe and stick around and learn more tips and tricks on my AI journey and adventure as me and my business partner, my buddy, expand our knowledge in the field of AI and get further along in our adventure.